Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast. Okay, well, today is going to bring some weird energy because, well, anytime the Packers lose a
The
game
sky is
like that,
falling.
anytime the Packers lose a game like that, these two, Jeremy
So,
and Justin,
Oh yeah,
get a little testy. So we're not going to talk about the Packers yet. We'll talk about them later, and probably well, yes, we will talk about them. Not necessarily this season, but just Packer history. But first, before we go any further, we have to correct something that we talked about last week. We talked about the speech that Pat Murphy gave, where he read the letter from Bob Euchre. Only later, a couple days after we talked about it, to find out that it was not real. The letter was faked, and the Brewers knew it, and they read it anyway.
bastards.
Yeah. So,
Went
uh,
for our heartstrings for nothing.
right. Yes. How dare they? I mean, the sentiment was there, and I understood the mentality, but I feel like that was unnecessary.
I agree.
All right. So yesterday, I well, yesterday and today, I've been struggling to come up with a topic for today. This week has been a weird week I went to two Brewer games and watched my team, the Angels, get their asses kicked both times. I was hoping to see Mike Trout hit career number 400. I did not. I saw Taylor Ward hit two home runs. I saw Louis Renjifo hit a home run. I saw Mike Trout get two singles. I saw the Brewers destroy the Angels in two games, all three of the games that we played, but I was only at two of them. But last night, while I was still struggling to come up with a topic, Mike Trout did hit career number 400 against the Colorado Rockies
In Colorado,
in Colorado.
I give him half a home run.
Well,
399.5.
but it got me thinking that now 400 is not a record. I mean, it's a personal record. It's the most home runs for the Angels, or as one player for the Angels, because I mean, I think Albert Pujols hit career number 400 wearing an Angels jersey, but I mean, obviously, a lot of his came as a Cardinal. Um, so he is now the 59th player in baseball history to hit 400 career home runs, which is not a lot considering when you think about how many people have played baseball in the 120 some odd years, 130 some odd years of professional baseball. But it got me thinking, what about unbreakable records in sports?
yes.
Let's talk about some unbreakable records in sports. And if we think they're breakable, maybe some that I didn't write down that will lean on Justin, our resident sports expert.
Don't be leaning on me. That's too depressing to give you any information.
All right. First one, the one that I do think is the most unbreakable record in all of sports. Cal Ripken Jr.'s consecutive game start. He started 2,632 straight games from 1982 to 1998. That is about 16 and a quarter season. He broke Lou Gehrig's record of 2,130. The current leader in major leagues is Matt Olson with 764. However, Matt Olson is also 31.
Hmm. So unlikely.
Yes. Do you think there's any world where a baseball player could go 16 and a half seasons of consecutive starts?
No, now they're all too sissy and want load management.
Baseball doesn't really do load management the way basketball does.
They still do it though.
I mean, I think. well, I mean, with the DH, a lot of those guys don't have load management anymore. They just get moved from whatever position they are over to DH. But I mean, I know Yelich sits a lot because of, but he's had a lot of back problems. But
Does being a DH count as?
yes, because it's still a start. So
I still don't think so.
no, I don't think so either. Um, Oddly enough, just out of curiosity, I was looking it up. The most games played by a current major league player, not consecutively, is Andrew McCutchen at 2,258. So even the most games played by a current major league player is still a couple hundred short of what Cal Ripken Jr. did to for the start of his basically the start of his career, you know.
Yeah. What? Why did he miss a game? Was it an injury or did he just?
I think by the time he got to that part of his career, they were just like, it's time for you to sit. Like it was just because he didn't play a whole lot more games after that. Like he was pretty much done. But I think it was just kind of like the streak is taking over. Like it's just time to end this.
The
And
time had its way.
yeah. Well, time is undefeated.
Yeah. All right.
All right. We're gonna stick with baseball for a little bit, but we'll get. I got a couple other. I mean, I got a whole bunch of records that I wrote down. Single season hits. Remember they play 162 games a year, so 81 home games, 81 away. The most hits in a single season is Ichiro with 262. He did that in '04.
Never heard of him.
Never heard
What?
of it.
Ichiro,
Um,
Ichiro Suzuki.
yes, Ichiro Suzuki, which basically I mean, if you're playing, that's almost two hits a game. It's not quite. I mean, the math isn't quite there, but that is insane.
Yeah.
The record he broke was something from 1920 for George Sisler. The only other ones from this century are Ichiro with 242, Ichiro with 238, Ichiro with 225.
Yeah.
And then Darren Erstad did 240 in 2000, and Jose Altuve did 225 and 14. But
What was his batting average that year?
I did not write that down. I do not have that information.
Okay. I'd be pretty interested to know what his average was.
But there is a stat that there is, and I didn't think about this until just now. Um, the longest hit streak in Major League history is 56 games. Joe DiMaggio in 1941. The next one after that is Willie Keeler with 45 in 1896, 1897. And then Pete Rose with 44 and 78. And then the longest current one from like this century is Freddie Freeman with 30 in 2016, or from the last 10 years. So he hit 262 hits. He still didn't hit 56 straight games.
That's crazy.
So yeah,
What's the longest hit streak in MLB The Show?
in MLB The Show,
Yeah. Whatever
I
game, baseball game.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't keep track of your own records?
Oh, I haven't played MLB The Show in a couple years. That game drives me up a wall. And because I won't pay money for the card packs, I can't get the good team. So much like Madden, like, I'm not paying extra for Madden. I'm already, well, I guess MLB The Show's on Game Pass, so like I'm not paying for it, but still like
That'd be the only time to throw like $10 at it.
yeah, I mean, I guess if I got the game for if when you get the game for free, maybe you'd be willing to spend a little money, but I'm pretty much unwilling to spend that kind of money. So,
All right.
you know. All right, how about career strikeouts? Now this is thrown, not I didn't think to write down people who struck out the most. Um, Nolan Ryan, 5,714 for his career. Number two on that list, Randy Johnson, 4,875. So Nolan Ryan has just shy of 1,000 more than number two.
Wow.
The next closest active players are Justin Verlander with 3,543. He is 42. Max Scherzer with 3,484. He is 41. Chris Sale with 2,564, and he is 36.
All right, so nobody's touching that one anytime soon.
No. Although I will say the way baseball players strike out these days, I think that one maybe is a little bit more doable, but I do wonder about the durability of pitchers because there's so many more not ACLs, Tommy Johns,
Yeah, especially
and
with how fast they're throwing these days.
right, and they don't let pitchers go deep into games anymore. I mean, Nolan Ryan routinely pitch 7, 8 innings, and they barely let most starters get past the fifth anymore.
Right.
So, because there's that whole like, oh, third time through the lineup.
I don't know if I believe that. Oh, well, they've seen you now. They're getting a read on you.
Yeah. Well, get better.
Yeah, oh, don't unless you're doing the same rotation of pitches.
Right. Well, I mean, there's the guy who's retiring in a couple days. Well, I mean, he's got one more postseason in him. Clayton Kershaw. I mean, well, Kershaw, Verlander, Scherzer, Sale, they all routinely pitch much deeper into the counts because they're good pitchers. They know how to mix stuff up. I think there's a reason like why like Noah Syndergaard doesn't last very long because he just rears back and throws it as hard as he can. They don't push for finesse the way they used to. Where I
Right.
mean, Nolan Ryan did throw a lot of fastballs and he did routinely hit fastest pitches, but he had a lot more finesse and he also had more durability.
Yeah.
Strasburg didn't last very long because he had that weird hitch in the way he threw, and rather than try to fix it, they just let him blow his elbow out twice.
Yeah, he threw what, 100 Strasburg?
I think
Up
he could
upper
hit.
90s.
I think he could hit 100 when he wanted to, but and
Yeah,
I think
upper 90s pretty consistently.
yeah, and I think that's a problem. I think, instead of just using that pitch occasionally, they use it all the time, and I think they wear out so much faster. And I think that's why Nolan Ryan's strikeout record is probably unbreakable. We talked about that one. All right, career steals.
Ricky Henderson. Or did he lose
Yes.
it?
No, he has it. 1,406.
That's a lot of
The
steals.
next closest one to him is Lou Brock with 938. There's no active player in the top 100, which stops at 363. Now,
Who's
I will say I do think with the rules in baseball being changed and they're not only allowed to throw over at first so many times now before like you're just not allowed to do it anymore. I think what twice at bat?
I believe it was twice.
Yeah. The steals have gone up the last year and this year. So I do wonder if a guy like Ellie De La Cruz
That's his name.
or some one of those guys maybe is gonna because Ellie De La Cruz is young. Like I mean, I don't have his age. I didn't write him down, but if all of a sudden because I mean those guys like that are stealing bases at a clip that they didn't used to before. So I do wonder if that one is touchable
Yeah, he would be the one I would think would do it.
because I mean there are some pretty. I mean Bobby Witt Jr. in Kansas City is ridiculously fast too. But and now that steals are valuable in baseball again, where they weren't for so long, I do think that one might be touchable. All right. Single season RBIs. Hack Wilson.
First name or nickname?
They only referred to him as Hack, and I did not look it up to see. But I have a hard time believing that a baseball player was named Hack in his real life before he became a baseball player.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
um, he has 191 RBIs. That was in 1930.
Hmm.
So, well, I don't know if they played, I don't think they played 162 games back in 1930, but still, like that's more than one RBI a game. Lou Gehrig had 185 in 1931. The only well, he's not even a current player. The only most recent player to even get close to that is Manny Ramirez with 165 in 1999 and Sammy Sosa with 160 in 2001.
No. Yeah, that was gonna be a hard one to pass.
So the current leader in baseball today, and this is not including today's games, is Kyle Schwarber for the Phillies with 129. So it is definitely not happening this year.
Now, how many does he need to break the record?
Let's see, 129. So let's say 30. 62. He needs to somehow score
All right.
62 RBIs in like 7 games.
That's less than 10 a game.
I
If he wants it bad enough, he can do it.
I mean, if he goes on a tear like that, that will be one of the greatest tears in baseball history. Like, I mean, I think 10 RBI, I did not write it down, but I think 10 RBIs, 12 RBIs is like the most a player's ever gotten in a single game anyway.
Yeah,
Most guys, the guys who do that only do that like once in a career.
get his act together.
Yeah. Now, here's a weird stat that is completely unbreakable. This stat is 100% will never be broken, guaranteed lock. In 1962, Maury Willis played 165 games in a 162 game season.
Got traded
That's what I thought.
multiple times.
No, but apparently in 1962, the tiebreaker scenario was a best of three series, and they considered that to be a regular season, those to be regular season games.
Dangerous thing.
So he played all three of those, giving him 165 games on the year. Now the tiebreaker scenario is just a 1 game playoff, and that is so the most a player could do is a 163. And the likelihood of most players hitting 162 games is damn near
Like,
impossible anyway.
yeah.
So I mean, at best, a player could only do 163. So unless there are changes to the rules in baseball, that is the only record that is guaranteed to never be broken.
What if they get traded?
Yeah, I don't
Don't think it'll
know.
happen.
I mean, because most teams are playing games right around the same time, so like like you might be a game or two behind. Like you're never going to be like 3 or 4 games behind when you get traded.
Yeah, most people don't play a full season anyway.
Right. So anyway, any other baseball stats that stick in your head somewhere that would stick out to you as unbreakable records?
I mean, now without looking at them, I'm trying to think like what home runs in the season. Think that'll be broken. Depends if you want to go pre-steroid record.
I mean, was it Bonds with 75?
Around to 70 something.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even if you include the steroid record, which I do because at the time steroids weren't illegal. Um, I mean, Shohei hits bombs at an ungodly pace and he's at like 50, he does 50 something. Cal Raleigh this year is hitting the cover off the ball and he's at what, 57, 58. I mean, most of the
You don't want to include Judge.
no, but I mean he's
Hmm.
not that. I mean, he's behind Shohei and
Because you're
Cal
haters of the
Raleigh.
Yankees.
I do hate the Yankees. The Yankees can go fuck themselves.
Right.
But,
Want to make sure.
but yeah, I mean, Judge hit what 62, 63 a couple years ago, and that was considered to be a lot. So I don't know to be locked in. And the other thing that, would be really hard is that if a player gets locked in like that, like the way that Bonds did that year, they're going to just start intentionally walking him um the way they did Bonds at that time. Because
That's true.
I think Bonds set the record for like intentional walks and walks that year as well, which makes that season that much crazier because that means he was seeing next to no pitches, and when he was seeing them, he was still hitting them out of the park.
It was just crushing them.
Yeah. So,
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Without looking at things in front of me, I'm wondering like pitchers, ERAs, and stuff like that for, well, that's hard to say because you'd have to have like make a cutoff line of starting so many games or
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
I mean, there's a lot of records that like Cy Young has for like most complete games or most wins. That just the kind of stuff that the way baseball is played anymore is probably unbreakable. But I don't want
Almost
to.
like they should name like an award after the guy or
Yeah,
something.
you would think so. Um, those kinds of things that like I just didn't want to bog us down too much in baseball minutia, and I wanted to move on to other sports like the Olympics.
All right.
Michael Phelps has 28 total medals, 23 of them gold. The next closest person to him is Larissa Latiana, a gymnastic lady from, I didn't write down what, Russia or,
Gymnastic land.
she has 18, no, yeah, 18 of them. Nine of them were gold.
I think somebody will break the total, but I don't think anybody will break the goal.
If you separated Michael Phelps from America, Michael Phelps became the sole member of Michael Phelps Land, and he was a country in of himself. He would be 41 all by himself all time.
That's like that includes relays and stuff.
That includes all sports. That's just for Summer Olympics. It was the next closest guy in Winter Olympics had 15, and his name was Merritt Bjorgen. But
But
yeah,
I'm trying to think of some of the people who do some of the team stuff. So I could see someone breaking the record for most medals, but I don't see anybody breaking the gold.
23 gold medals.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. Well, and I'm just going to say it again because if Michael Phelps became his own country, he would be ranked 41st in all-time medals for every Summer Olympics.
by
By
himself.
him. Now, I know that there's several hundred countries in this world. I don't know how many exactly.
Me
Um,
neither.
but I know there's a lot more than 41. That is insane to me that one guy would be 41 by himself.
Ranked
There are a
41st.
lot of countries that only have one medal.
Yeah, that's nuts.
All right. On to NBA. I decided to get a little weird with some of these ones because most of the stats that they were talking about didn't interest me, but these ones did. Most missed free throws in a row.
In a row. Oh
In a
boy.
in a row.
I'm gonna guess Ben Wallace.
Incorrect. 20
Dang.
by Gif Giff Rue in 1947. He did that in one game.
Oh,
Wow.
buddy.
One,
I might even be able. I suck at free throws, and I might be able to hit one.
even Shaq didn't do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Um, okay. Well, there's a couple. Here we go. Fastest ejection due to fouls. So what is it? Six fouls to get ejected from a game?
It's
2 minutes,
done.
2 minutes, 43 seconds. Bubba Wells.
What did he send him in there just to start hacking that guy who can't make his free throws?
2 minutes and 43 seconds into the game, Bubba Wells got ejected. Apparently, he had a thing against Dennis Rodman, or the team that they were playing against had a thing against Dennis Rodman, and they were just out to hack him. So Bubba Wells went in and just fouled him.
Just beat up Rodman.
Yeah. Um,
All right.
Here we go. The most useless player of all time, or at least in one game. 29
Oh,
minutes.
oh, oh. Is it a recent one?
It is more recent, yes.
I was going to say Tony Snell.
No.
Ah, that guy went in a game and didn't do nothing. Kyle Kuzma for the Bucks last year.
No, oddly enough, Joel Anthony played 29 minutes, 0 points, zero assists, zero steals, zero rebounds, zero blocks.
All right.
He
Got
logged
paid to be in the way.
29 game minutes and literally did not a single stat. I don't know how you do that. You figured you'd accidentally get a rebound or accidentally get an assist.
Yeah, something.
Um, Most titles, 11, Bill Russell.
I would say Robert Horry. Robert Horry's up there.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan's up there. Oh, well, basically anybody who played for the Bulls all 6 years. So Jordan,
Yeah,
Pippen. I don't
coach.
know. I don't know if
Or
Kukoc was. I don't know if those two were there all 6 years, but
yeah,
but
there's a
do,
bunch of them.
I don't. Do you see anybody getting 12 titles, let alone 11?
Maybe, especially with how frequently they move around these days. Players signing 1 year contracts to go play for super teams.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Well, we talked about the most consecutive streak in baseball. Let's talk about it in basketball. AC Green, 1,192 between 86 and 2001. The record he broke was Randy Smith, 906 with 70. He did that from 72 to 83. The current player is Mikal Bridges
Okay.
with 556 games, and he's 29. So you'll have to help me out here. Does a 29-year-old have a chance at doubling his stats or doubling his most consecutive games?
Was it 82 games a year? Nah, no. I could see maybe 5 years out of that. 82, 163, two. Yeah, no.
But I think that when you talk load management in baseball, load management is a much bigger problem in the NBA. And
Uh,
how many guys a season play in all 82 games, let alone other than Mikal Bridges, how many guys play 82 games in a year?
yeah, not a lot.
Yeah.
Handful, 6, 7, maybe.
One of the biggest, this one might be as untouchable as Cal Ripken's streak, 100 points in a game. Wilt
Yeah,
Chamberlain. The next closest is Kobe with 81. The next closest current player is 73 with Luka Doncic. However you pronounce that guy.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah. Do you think there's anybody that would be? Do you think that another team would allow somebody to score 100 points against them,
No,
or do you think it would be hack a Shaq as soon as he got?
they would beat the crap out of that guy. Kobe did that for Toronto, I believe.
Well, I didn't write down who Wilt Chamberlain did it again. I definitely didn't write who uh, who Kobe did it against.
Toronto, I believe.
I mean, I feel like if somebody even gets close to Kobe's number of 81, coaches might be like, "It's time for you to sit down.
You're done here.
You're done here."
Yeah.
All right. That's all
Like,
I have written for basketball because I mean, I'm just not as interested in basketball as I am baseball or football.
that's fair.
But
I'm trying to think of some of the. I don't know. Feels like points per game would have been a good one to know because wow, was that Chamberlain that has that one
I mean,
too?
yeah, I mean, probably just because he scored 100 points in a game and he had like the most 50-point games he ever scored. He Will Chamberlain also has another record that he liked to brag about.
Yeah,
But nobody can prove that one, so I don't know if we're going to talk about that record.
right. Because yeah, like points per game or stuff like that. Steals will get passed eventually. Assists in the game. I think Scott Skiles might still hold that record.
Yeah, I think it was like 30, but
30.
then there was a couple guys who had like 20 something. Like I
Mhm.
think what's his name? That John's not John.
Stockton?
Yeah, Stockton had like 28 or 26. So
John. John Stockton.
I feel like, if you got teamed up with a player like Wilt Chamberlain, you might be able to break 30 assists in a game. Or, if you concentrated, like, if somebody concentrated on making sure you got one guy the ball and then fed another guy the ball, like, I feel like
Skiles
30 is
was he was with the Magic. I don't know if that was like Shaq, Penny, Nick Anderson time Magic, but he did it with the Magic.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense, the era in which you would have done it, because, I mean, the Magic haven't been relevant since then. So
True.
let's shift focus over to football, though.
All right, a sport we know.
All right, let's start off with a consecutive start streak.
Red five.
Yep.
No one's gonna touch that.
297, 321 if you include the playoffs in that stretch. The one he broke was Jim Marshall, who is at 270 or 289 if you include the playoffs. The current streak is a guy named Jake Matthews at
Left
one,
tackle for the Falcons.
yeah, at 174. Um, you'll have to explain to me this one. Consecutive games, but not consecutive starts. Because Jeff Fiegels, a punter for the Jets or the Giants, I didn't write that down, I don't remember, has the most consecutive games at 352, or 363 if you include the playoffs. Favre moves up to 299 and 323 if you include the playoffs.
For the games, not starts.
Yes.
I mean, do you really
So
start a punter?
right, that's what I was confused by. So are punters not considered starting because they're not a offensive or a defensive player? I mean, they're a special teams.
I would guess. I mean, you would figure punter and kicker should be in their own category. Like you
Right,
said, it appeared in consecutive games. So even if they didn't need a punt for that game, that would break his streak.
right. So that's why I'm confused as to how he has consecutive games at 352, but Favre has the record at 297 for starts.
I mean, nobody really beats a punter like you do a quarterback.
Right,
If you do, you get flagged.
which will lead us to a
Nope.
different category later
I
on, but
I don't think that one's gonna get touched.
yeah,
I don't think Brett Favre should have played all those games either, though. That guy was out there hopped up on Vicodin.
that is true. He definitely shouldn't have.
There was a couple of concussions before concussion protocol that would have shut him down for probably a couple games.
Right, and there are stories that you've heard about some of the stuff that Favre was doing to stay in the game, which is why Favre is in the medical world that he's in right now.
Yeah,
Didn't he just announce he has Parkinson's or
Parkinson's.
yeah. So I imagine you know, took a lot of wear and tear on his body that, maybe shouldn't have.
Right.
All right, which probably leads us to the next stat. Uh Career interceptions.
Oh boy.
Brett Favre with 336. The next closest one to him was George Blanda at 277. The current leader is Matt Stafford with 189.
Yeah, no. I don't think that one's gonna get touched.
No.
Jeremy, would you like to contribute on a current Packers quarterback that might touch that record?
No, I think Jake Browning's gonna get though if he keeps playing.
Yeah.
Well, let's.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about someone else.
Most fuck ups under pressure.
Well,
He's on track for that one.
most interceptions in one game. A guy named Jim Hardy had 8.
All right.
Wow.
That was
And then Browning is number two.
no. Well, there are 7 guys, or no, 9 guys who have 7. I didn't write down all 9 of them. I just wrote down the names that actually meant anything. Ty Detmer, Steve DeBerg, and Ken Stabler.
No.
The other names, I'm like, even as somebody who watches football, I have no idea who these fuckers are.
Wow.
Um,
Just because you don't know doesn't mean some of us don't
well,
know.
you probably do because you have football memorized. But how about most seasons played?
All right.
George Blanda with 26 seasons.
Yeah. He did a lot though, too.
Yeah. Morton Anderson has 25. Adam Vinatieri has 24.
Kicker.
Yeah. The most current player who has the most is Calais Campbell with 17. But yeah, 26 years playing
Yeah.
football.
He got kicked the ball.
But he also is like number 2 in
Bla-
the interceptions, which means he was a
Bland,
quarterback for a
Blanda was
while
a
before.
he was a quarterback and a kicker.
Yeah, when he
And
couldn't throw the
possibly
ball
a
anymore.
punter.
So, I mean,
It's genius though. They don't know if you're gonna throw it or punt it. You catch them off guard either way.
that is true. I guess more more quarterbacks need to learn how to kick the ball when their career as throwing is over. They can just start
Yeah.
kicking and
They just do arm punts and just heave it down the field.
all right. This is a joke that I heard David Letterman say a very long time ago, and it stuck with me. What does Bill stand for?
Bills?
Yeah, boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
Hmm,
Uh,
Four straight Super Bowl losses.
it's awful.
I don't
early
see.
90s?
Yeah,
Is that
all
when they went?
I think maybe one of them was 89, but I
Because wasn't it, that wasn't it the early 90s? Because I think, was it Don Beebe? The guy we got. He was
yes,
on like three of those Bills losses, and then he went to the ones with the Packers. So he might have been to anywhere between 4 and 6 straight Super Bowls
right.
and won one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then broke a little 10-year-old's heart. Not bitter about that or nothing.
Oh, you're gonna have to remind me of that story.
All right. That's when me and my dad went to a car show on one day and I met Ray Nitschke. So I got my like Don Beebe jersey on when I met him and everything. And they just keep taking all these pictures, signing all these autographs, letting me look at a Super Bowl one ring. But the next day I went back and I met Don Beebe, still wearing my BB jersey. My dad asked him if we could get a picture with him and me, and he goes, "Yeah, we don't have time for pictures. We got to move along." So he
Oh,
refused to take a picture with, I must have been 8, 9. Yeah, wearing my Don Beebe jersey. He wouldn't take a picture with me.
Hmm.
did you ever wear the Don Beebe jersey again after that?
Nope, never wore it again. I'm pretty sure I gave it to my sister and told her I wasn't wearing this ever again.
Oh man,
And
Don
yeah, the
Beebe
day before I met Nitschke, and he was like, "Oh, I'll stay here all day. I don't care. Like these people are the reason I'm in this situation." And
was
then Don B was like, "No, I'm not taking pictures."
was Beebe still an active player at the time, or had he retired?
He was still active.
Oh, well, it's still.
You got to figure if I'm 8 or 9, we're looking at 96, 90, 95, 96, maybe 97.
Oh,
Yeah,
so who became your favorite player after that?
I don't know. That would have been they're probably far
Oh, okay. So do you think
at
there's
that
a
point.
chance that a team could even go to four straight Super Bowls, let alone like obviously winning four straight Super Bowls has never happened. The losing four straight, just going to four straight Super Bowls is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it might be the Chiefs.
How many are, well, what are they at right now? Are they at three straight Super Bowls?
Did they
Four?
win two and then lost one to the Eagles?
Yeah,
Then if they go this year,
it'll be
they're
four
going to
straight.
0 and 2.
They're gonna go 0-3.
Yeah,
Mark my words.
Now I mean, hey, just to help me along, I'm all right with it.
yeah, yeah.
That
Who that guy?
Oh, well, I didn't write it down. I was in the process of it and I never wrote it down. Um, oh, because I didn't think it was unbreakable. Don Shula's coaching record with
Undefeated?
I think that Don Shula's coaching record is very much in range for by Andy Reid. Like somebody, one of the pages I was at said, "Oh, Don Shula's like most wins by a coach, will never be touched." And then I looked at Andy Reid, and he was only like, I mean, it's like 4 or 5 seasons, but 4 or 5 seasons of double-digit wins, and he's gonna break. And Andy Reid is old, but he's not that old. So,
Yeah,
and even if
he
the
looks like
Chiefs
a
fire,
walrus.
he does look like, even if the Chiefs fire him, he's gonna get picked up by somebody else. So,
Right?
unless he chooses not to break Don Shula's record, that one's gonna be done.
Go 0
Um,
and 3 and get fired.
I doubt that very seriously. Um, Jerry Rice, most receiving yards, 22,895. The next closest to him is Larry Fitzgerald with 17,492. The current holder is DeAndre Hopkins with 13,064, or Mike
He'll be
Evans,
done soon.
with 12,791. DeAndre Hopkins is 33, Mike Evans is 32.
Evans got hurt too, so no, I
Yeah.
don't think either of them will do it.
Yeah, to say, do either of them have 10,000 more yards in them?
No,
Yeah. How about Tampa Bay Buccaneers with 26 straight losses?
Hmm.
that surprises me. It's not Cleveland.
No, well, not after today.
Oh, too soon.
The Jags came close with 20 straight in 2020 through 2021. Um,
That's rough.
but 26 straight losses. That gave us the one of the most brilliant coaching lines of all time. What do you think about your team's execution? I'm in favor of it.
Yeah, that's not great.
And then career rushing record. This is the one I wanted to I wanted you to not necessarily debate, but tell me what you thought about it. Emmett Smith, 18,355. Walter Payton's number two with 16,726. The next closest, well, not the next closest, but the only closest current player is Derrick Henry with 11,615. Derrick Henry is 31.
Williams takes such a beating out there. That'd be hard to see someone do that.
Yeah, I say, does Derrick Henry have 7,000 more yards in his career?
31. Let's
I
say
mean,
he averages, what does he get a year? 16, 1,700 yards.
I know he came real close to breaking the single season record last year, which is why I didn't write single season rushing down because he was within a couple yards. No, it was Saquon Barkley was within a couple
With a
yards of
couple.
was in a couple yards of breaking Eric Dickerson's record. So I feel like that's doable. Um, but yeah, it
I
does.
I could see the rushing record being broken eventually, especially by some of these people like who the Chargers get. Marion Hampton, when they come out when they're 20, 21, if they could stay healthy and play for 10, 15, 10, 12 years, I could see it. Probably nobody that's
Right.
currently in the league.
All right, well,
What was,
those are the
what
only
was saying,
records.
Jeremy, before I cut you off?
I think Jeremy froze.
Oh, no.
We'll wait and see if he comes back. But any other records that you can think of that we didn't talk about that you would consider to be unbreakable?
Um, well, no, like I was thinking longest kick, but
Oh, Jeremy dropped
yeah,
out. We'll have to see if he comes back.
I could say longest kick, but that one guy made a
Oh, here we go. Jeremy's back. All
That
right.
was weird.
that that one guy. What were you saying, Jeremy?
What was that? I was saying Judkins. Quinshawn Judkins.
Uh,
He's on track.
Kicking, I could see because that one guy kicked that damn little, kicked that really long one in preseason.
I think
Um,
I think I saw that they were officially listing. I don't know if it was longest attempt or longest made with Seabass at 73.
that would have been attempted.
Okay, attempted.
Yeah, I don't know. Larry Fitzgerald has more tackles than he has drops. It's not really a stat you can really break, but it's just interesting.
Yeah, there's interesting stats with like Tony Gwynn, who has like there are players this year that have like more strikeouts in a single season than he had in like his entire career, or like
Yeah,
yeah. So uh,
I could see the rushing one eventually getting broken.
I just
Ladainian Tomlinson, some what 12 consecutive games with a touchdown in the regular season.
okay.
I mean, the closest one, Josh Jacobs had 11 until today
Isn't Josh Allen really close?
for consecutive rushing touchdowns.
I thought I heard something about that, but I know he's a quarterback,
Maybe.
but yeah. But yeah, there's all sorts of weird single game records or ones that I just didn't think to write down because Well, I didn't come up with a topic until today, so I was just kind of flailing.
There.
Anybody watch anything this week?
Hmm.
Oh, we're at that part of the show already.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, unless we want to talk about some more sports, I mean, I don't feel like you guys really want to talk about the Packer game today.
Yes. I watched some stuff for upcoming events, and I watched Halloween Baking Championship because that started last Sunday.
It did. I watched it as well.
I watched that.
Despite the opinion on Reddit, I enjoyed it, even though there was one contestant that I wish had gone home because she was rolling around on the floor and acting like a crackpot.
Yeah, once with the brain cake.
Yes.
Yeah, once she came up there and gave her whole spiel, I was like, oh, great, she's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, I just hope that the sob story doesn't carry her through too far.
It will. I hope not, though, because she is.
Have either of you been watching AGT this year?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, okay. I mean, it's the 20th season, but I got to tell you, it might be my last.
Oh,
It it's not been a great year, and there's just the golden buzzer has gotten out of hand.
Hmm.
Like each judge has like two golden buzzers. Now there are golden buzzers in the live shows. Like their judge cuts are still gone. Like they just like they put everybody through. They don't show the bad acts anymore, or they barely show the bad acts anymore. So like everybody gets through, and then you have no idea how they decide who makes the live shows past the 37,000 people who get golden buzzers.
okay.
I will say though, this year there was a lot less kid acts than there have been in years past.
That's good.
There was still more than there should have been, but there was less than usual. Um, but it does seem like AGT is really leaning on the sob story. Like everybody's got a fucking sob story.
Great.
And it's just like I just want to see like who has talent, not who's the saddest.
Yeah. He's the saddest sack of them all.
But
Yeah,
uh
that's, I think, really it for things I've watched.
Hmm.
Oh, and Arrowverse.
oh, okay, all right.
Still chugging along on that.
I didn't watch much this week because well, Wednesday and Thursday I was at the Brewers. Friday I had to go to bed early because Saturday I had to get up early, and the one Saturday this year I had to work was inventory. After which I went over to my parents' house and hung out with them for a little while, so I didn't really get a chance to watch much. Caught up on AGT with Jess today, and Peacemaker, which really good. I'm enjoying the hell out of Peacemaker.
All right.
But
That one might be one I'm gonna wait for
the whole
it
scene.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe this week will be a little less crazy since I don't have to go anywhere. So maybe I'll actually watch some stuff because I saw that like there's a lot of stuff streaming all of a sudden. Like Superman's already on HBO Max.
Hmm.
Megan 2 went up on Peacock and nobody even said anything. So I don't know how long it's been up on Peacock.
Me three again too.
What else? There was a couple other movies that just went out, and I'm like, whoa, man, they were just in theaters. Like Lilo and Stitch, the live action version, is like already on Disney Plus. Like,
They don't stay in theaters long anymore.
no, it's almost like if I just, unless it's a movie like Superman that I really, really want to see on the big screen, like just wait a couple months. I'll see it for free on one of the
Yeah,
streamers. Well, free
not for
relative
free.
term.
Free-ish. See it at
Free.
home.
I'll see it at home where like if I have to take a piss, I can just pause it because my diabetic bladder is always getting in the way.
Right. Isn't
Uh,
Fantastic Four supposed to be streaming soon too?
what's streaming soon?
Isn't it Fantastic Four?
Oh, probably. I know that I already saw the physical sale for like Steelbook. They're doing pre-sales already, so
Yeah. I thought that one was streaming soon.
I mean that was really good though, so I'll probably watch it again. Not to say I mean I did really like Superman too, but like I have so much other stuff I haven't watched yet that like I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
We are going to be taking next week off because we're going to hopefully have a much better result next week.
Yeah, this was ridiculous.
So,
I've been watching stuff.
all right, what have you been watching?
I subscribed to
I'm,
a new
I'm here too.
YouTube channel called KTO Football. It's awesome. There's like a bunch of stories of NFL history. I probably jinxed this weekend because I watched this awesome video about the Browns last night.
Ah, you're the one.
Hmm.
I'll see you in the parking lot, buddy.
That's it though. That's it. Been playing Silk Song still too.
All right.
You should check that channel out though. It's awesome. That
K
he's a good storyteller.
KTO football.
Yeah.
Okay. I do. I like a good documentary, a good story about. Last podcast on the
What,
left is doing in depth on Aaron Hernandez,
Hmm.
I was gonna
and
say,
and
what'd you learn about the Browns that cost us the game?
Well, it was actually just about how their epic collapse throughout the years
Huh,
in their cursed
ironic.
franchise. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I mean, normally the Browns are cursed and do find ways to collapse. So well, you can't win them all.
They're the
Some
72
people can.
Dolphins.
Well, yeah, that is true. Only this is that an unbreakable record, the 72 Dolphins.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know the Patriots were within like a quarter or two of breaking
A,
it.
a, a David Tyree touchdown or helmet catch.
Wait, are you mad
Yeah.
about the David Tyree catch, or are you happy for it? Because I was happy for it personally.
I wanted the Patriots to win.
Oh, see, now I can't support you anymore.
I wanted them to go just because I'm tired of hearing about the Dolphins.
That is true. Make them stop with their little
I
champagne salutes.
Yeah, we get together and open a bottle of champagne when the last team loses or whatever it was. I was like, I'm so tired of these guys.
Well, they're not going to be doing that for much longer because I don't know how many of them are still going to be alive for.
That's true. But
So
no, I
you,
wanted the Patriots to win that game.
ah,
Yeah, maybe next week I'll show up in a Patriots jersey. We don't know.
you would do that. You probably have a Patriots jersey.
Or two.
All right. Is there
I
an
think
NFL? Because I know you have a Bears jersey. Is there an NFL team you don't or would not own a jersey for?
there's probably a bunch I don't own. But I don't think there's any team I wouldn't, depending on a player I would get for them. Because there's probably at least one player I would like enough to get a jersey of. Like the
So,
Lions, I don't have, but Barry Sanders,
okay. Vikings.
I have a Favre.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one.
I don't like the Bears, Walter Payton.
Yeah. Let's think here. Commander/Redskins.
I don't have one. The only one I might get would be Sean Taylor, the safety.
Okay.
The one who got shot protecting his family.
Yes. Okay. Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that'd be the only one I'd get. Oh, I hate the Cowboys. Deion Sanders.
See, if you were to give
Oh,
me a
man, do
Dallas,
I hate the Cowboys.
if you hated me a Dallas Cowboy jersey, I would throw it at you.
Sanders might be the only one, or a Romo one, if I was going to get it signed.
No, I wouldn't even. I mean, if I could hang out with Romo, sure, but I would never. I would if you gave me a Dallas Cowboy jersey, I would literally throw it back at you.
I think Deion Sanders might be the only one there. There's probably a player for every team I could name. I have a Browns jersey. Who is my Browns jersey?
Uh,
Let the guessing begin.
Joe,
Gordon.
the center that played in Wisconsin.
Left tackle Joe Thomas.
Yes, Joe Thomas. That's
That's the one.
okay. So not a center, but offensive lineman. So,
Yeah, Josh Gordon.
Yeah, that's the
That was a
jersey I
good
want.
guess.
ooh, how about the Seattle Seahawks?
Russell the Love Muscle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course not, man.
I don't own one. It's like Earl Thomas, Steve Largent. Ooh, that probably him.
Okay, well, all right. I'm surprised you don't have just actively gone around and bought jerseys for every team so you could have 32 jerseys.
Hey,
Hang
yeah, no.
hang them.
Like random ones I'll pick up. Like if I find them and they're cheap enough, and I'll like, I think I have a Hushman's jersey,
Hmm.
Bengals.
Is that
Just I thought
because
it'd be
like
fun.
you found it at Goodwill and you're just like, sure, why not?
I think it was Maxwell Street Days.
Oh, Maxwell Street Days. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's just because it's one of those where it's like, yeah, this is fun. Why not grab it?
All right. Well, now we know more about Justin's jersey collection, and
There's a lot of them.
maybe
I haven't bought them in a while. So
maybe one day we'll have to show them off. Not that we're a visual podcast,
yeah,
but all right. Well,
I'll figure out how to make a bracket of all my jerseys and hold them up in front of me. Camera.
we vote on
Which
which one
jersey
we.
is better?
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about? Any upcoming events? Anything we want to push, celebrate, denigrate?
Mm,
We got a Packer game coming up, so we won't be here. And then by the time we come back, it'll be what, October?
It'll be October. We're not doing 30 for 30 or 31 for 31 this year. Um, maybe probably ever again,
Unless
but
Jeremy's about to announce it right now.
yeah, well,
no.
it is much too late to be doing that. But we are going to do a couple episodes for Halloween. We're going to try to get into the spooky season a little bit. We got 3 special episodes planned that I think you're going to enjoy. So look forward to that. Look forward to bringing him to you. And oh man, what am I going to go with? You know what? I'll go back to the old standby. Based on the fact that we are about to finish in last place again, and we should be better. I mean, we were better this year than we were last year, but we still suck. But Artie Moreno, you can go fuck yourself. Stupid
Mm,
never walks alone.
Okay.
Comic books have been around for almost a century, and in the last 2 decades, we've finally gotten to see many of these characters brought to life in movies and on TV. On the Moving Panels podcast, we discuss movies and TV shows based on, inspired by, and adapted from the world of comic books. Join me and my guests as we discuss both the good and the bad from Marvel, DC, and even some of the lesser-known comic book companies. Learn what is and isn't from the comics, as well as our nerdy review of the movie or show. New episodes drop every Monday, and you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. So join us for Moving Panels, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to an 80s Flick Flashback podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Do you love movies of a certain age? Do you miss the days of VHS tapes, VCRs, and the video rental stores? Does the thought of another 80s movie being remade seem inconceivable? My name is Tim Williams. I'm the creator and host of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. On each episode, I'm joined by guest co-hosts to discuss one of the many movies released in the 1980s. We share our first-time watch memories, our favorite scenes, and even learn some behind-the-scenes stories about the cast and crew along the way. New episodes are released every other Friday on your favorite podcasting platform. So make like a tree, get out of here, and go listen to an excellent episode of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. The ad is over. Go home. Go.